allow the client to really work with you and trust, knowing that their own system needs something, because we mentioned earlier that masking, so in other words, stifling, repressing, fitting in the way that is not natural to us, to an environment, shutting down certain sensory parts of ourselves to fit in with the neurotypical world can be harmful. So work with the clients that you have to be their authentic, genuine self, honor, help them build confidence in who they are, and then finding that way with them. So here's the situation. Accessibility rights are different all around the world, so it's going to be different where you are. Now, remember, nobody has to disclose their sensory preferences in the workplace or in an environment unless they feel comfortable to, and unless they really feel like it's an accommodation that they need in tune with human rights. So, got to be really careful in encouraging people to reach out if they're not ready to or not comfortable to, or if it's not safe for them to, okay? So here's a couple of things to think about in terms of working with our clients. So now that they've kind of used their mindfulness practice to develop a little bit more insight into what their needs are, then you can work individually to find out where is it important for them to ask, to advocate for their needs. We want to be doing this in mindfulness settings. Number one, really important that mindfulness groups are done in a way that's comfortable for people. And then number two, off the cushion, right? So in the work, school, social environment, really important to know and to be able to name it. For instance, somebody who is overwhelmed by loud sound could learn to say to a friend, maybe they're going out on a date with a partner or something, and the partner wants to go to a really loud, sensory, overwhelming restaurant, which is just going to throw that person off. So helping that person say, you know what, I'd really prefer we go somewhere quiet. Is that okay if we choose a quieter spot? Because loud sounds I find are going to be distracting, and I love you and I want to pay attention to you. So just finding ways to help people advocate for their sensory needs in ways like that. So people can ask for anything to be adapted in their groups, help people know and normalize it, put out messages that you are a sensory safe space. If you're offering therapies, let people know in advance to tell you what they need. Is there anything that we can do to make your experience with us more comfortable? Can be as open as that. And then people can say, yeah, I really don't like bright lights. And you can even use that as an example. Fluorescent lights, whatever it is. So very important to signal that you are accommodating and that you want to make things comfortable for people, that you acknowledge that sometimes people do have sensory preferences to be comfortable. So helping people basically apply with self-awareness, right? So once we get aware, we've got this tuned in experience with what we want, and then there's a little bit of nuance, and it's going to take your professionalism and your understanding and trust with the people that you're working with to help them know how to advocate for themselves.